These days you can't get a man to work. People getting married and they still flirt. Don't pledge allegiance to our flag like we used to do. Good men are willing to give their lives while politicians take away our rights, saying they know best what's good for you. These days dads are always gone. Mama's still here, but she's on her phone. Grandma's raising the kids, and the devil is too. If you ask me, this whole world is gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue in my ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life. This place called USA. There's no other place that I'd rather live. Love my wife and teach my kids about the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm sick and tired of people putting it down. If you don't like it here, get the heck out of town. Go and find somewhere you love, that's fine with me. 'Cause we don't need people riding the fence. You're either riding with us or you're riding with them. Make up your mind which side you stand. If you ask me, this whole world is gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue in my ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life. This place called USA. Cause of the brave. Wrong or right, they gave their lives for this place called USA. If you ask me, this whole world is gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue in my ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life. This place called USA. Wrong or right, I give my life. This place called USA.
And inside the great USA, from the great state of Texas, welcome to another episode of a Rev Nation, where we grease the squeaky wheel of socialism with liberal tears and take over the planet one radio wave at a time. Before we get started, let's take a minute to remember all involved in Kabul and their families, and thank each branch of service for what they do, the job that they do. It's sometimes it seems like a thankless job, and it does here lately. And if nothing else, we thank you. We love you, and we really sincerely appreciate what you do. And also, let's please remember that we got some listeners in Tennessee. They're going through a lot of hell right now with the hurricane and the flooding. And also, if you live in the Texas, Louisiana area, This weekend we might get hit by a hurricane, so please don't be shy. We will accept all the help we can get. All that being said, a huge shout out to VRS, the Vet Radio Syndicate, for allowing us to have this platform. Please join the millions that have liked, looked, and shared the page. Check out the Hero Program, Cool Swag, and all the awesome shows that make up this station. If you like what we do, what we're doing here, be one of the cool kids. Please share the broadcast and the page. We would certainly appreciate it. It's the only way we can grow. Now, with no further ado, as always, I am joined by the woman so complex that she drove Dr. Phil into early retirement, the most American woman alive, Amanda Allen. Next up on deck, the man that Robert Duvall was referencing when he said, "It smells like victory," J-Red and his trusty wonder dog sidekick, Recon. Shannon is on vacation tonight, and he's back home, and God love him. He has no cell service, and actually I miss being back home too with no cell service. So anyways, guys, let's flush this toilet. How the hell are y'all tonight?
I made it.
Yeah,
we're here.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah, made it to Friday. That's all I can ask for. Made it to Friday.
Yeah, listeners, we appreciate you joining us tonight. We're obviously gonna get into the elephant in the room here shortly, but I'm gonna say this several times throughout the night. I'm sure we all are. I'm trying to find it right now. I'm so sorry at this moment. What happened there? Wow. Are we getting zuckered?
No, we are not.
Okay. All righty.
You are correct.
All right. As always, don't be a number, guys. This is a real touchy time for all of us. If you feel the need, the number's 800-273-8255. Press 1. That's the veteran hotline, crisis hotline, and they'll get you squared away right away. Anyways, before we, like I said, I'm sorry I stepped on y'all. What's been going on this week?
Well, what's been going on with you?
Solid labor, and I got a little skin in the game, so the worry level's been high here at the house. So
yeah,
without going into a whole lot of detail, which I'm not going to, but yeah, we've got skin in the game, and just keep our family in your thoughts and prayers, just like we are every veteran out there.
Amen. Yeah, what is really incredible is the level of respect that us as a family have for each other, and I think it's a complete blessing to have some of the people that I have in my life, especially all the people that have been calling and texting, messaging to check on me and check on everybody. And it's like I see a little bit more level of patriotism coming back out, and that makes me happy. People are opening their eyes, but I'm telling you, it's hard to accept the fact that we're the OG vets now. We're the OG vets. We are sending our children to a war that we fought. I mean,
literally
it's done. Yeah. But I mean, and it's hard to think of the little guys going over there not knowing what they're going into, and us being trained and experienced, sending them over there, hoping and praying that they, listened. And I have all the confidence in our military and everybody in it. And shit hits the fan, and there's going to be people regretting it. But that's kind of what's been on my mind a lot lately. I really, really appreciate the people that are hitting me up and, making sure that I'm all right. So thank you guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. Jared?
For sure.
Ditto everything she said.
Breathe. Just breathe.
Like,
that's what they say.
I woke up this morning and I was just exhausted. I was done. I didn't want nothing to do with the phone. I didn't want nothing to do with any damn thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just
sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Exhausting.
There's been a lot of sleepless nights in this house, and Yeah.
Yeah. For many reasons. I mean, you like you said, you got skin in the game, but like,
There's
You
a
know,
lot of reasons.
it's weird. Like some of the questions I'm fielding are, the typical. Are you doing all right? No, I'm not doing all right. Like I'm pissed,
no, not really.
but I'm not pissed for the reasons that people think I am. Like
Yeah.
it's so much bigger. Everybody just sees a botched pullout. They don't see any of the political or tribal ramifications that this is having. You know,
And not just that, Jared, the implications it's going to have on and here.
I didn't even
The-
get there yet. I mean, that's dude, 50,000.
we are in the infancy stages of this, and I don't know if everybody where they're at, our listeners, I don't know where people are at. I know right here in Texas, it's ridiculous. The amount of people, and I was talking to my mom the other day, and she's she checked on me, and I'm like, I'm okay. I said, what's pissing me off, a lot of what's not a lot of, but it's one of the many things. Dude, I can get on my cell phone right now and pull up an immigrant visa from Afghanistan to come here. These people, there's no way with this timeline we've been given that they're being vetted. And if we don't think a 9/11 is on the cusp, we're wrong. If you don't think that, I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. They hate us, and they live to destroy us.
And we're trusting them to
Well,
secure
here's
perimeter.
the difference. There's a huge difference in the ones that have grown up under our presence there
Yes.
Yes.
versus the ones who have hardline tribal connections
Whoa.
and have
They
not
just broke my chair.
have not had any type of exposure to Western democracy.
And I'm sorry if I threw a blanket on everybody. I didn't mean to, because that's a pretty shitty thing to do. But
It's hard to look. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a shitty situation. The problem is it's fact. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not calling any one group out, but in terms of mass immigration from this area, historically, there are always bad people included in that. Now, there are steps and measures in place to hopefully mitigate a lot of that. However, we've got to really think this thing through. If these immigrants that actually do want to come here, that have grown up under the American presence over there, and they want the freedoms and the good stuff, more power to them. More power to them. But what I want to see is I want to see them treated respectfully, but not change the United States like other groups have tried.
And when I say a blanket statement, it's a double-edged sword, because you look at our southern border right now. There's no vetting going on there, and they keep talking about all these variants and blah 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 blah. Well, they're not being subject to masks. They're not being subject to shots. They're not being subject to any of it. They're not being vetted. They're given a handful of cash and a ticket to go wherever the hell they want. So and I'm sorry. There again, I'm not throwing a blanket over every one of them, because we've all been there, and it's just you can't. I'm trying to look at it from a logical point of view, and it's scary. This is some scary
Absolutely.
shit.
And you don't want to whitewash it. You don't want to whitewash this shit, because the people that haven't been exposed to this, they need to understand what's coming. Like are the people. I saw today. I think somewhere in New Mexico. I can't remember the other one, but they increased another, I think, 50,000 at military bases that they're going to be bringing in. Now, once they get to these locations, they'll be vetted increasing after that, continued. That's just part of the process. We've got to change as a country.
Yeah.
Like big time. Like anybody. Okay, so our whole election, That was all about somebody being pissed off at Trump and the orange man bad syndrome. And they don't like the mean tweets, and they don't like the male chauvinistic asshole portion of him. Well, guess what? I didn't like half the shit that came out of his mouth, but he was strong for the country.
It was the most transparent White House. Yeah, I drink a beer.
We hadn't lost a single person over there.
He doesn't drink.
Yes.
He doesn't drink, and I don't think he's ever drank in his life, just like he has never smoked a cigarette in his life. He's never done.
Well, he's got enough money to keep me supplied for a night, so. But Jared, you hit the nail on the head, brother. You hit the nail on the head. There's not a casualty in 18 months. And in a matter of hours, and we don't know the final count yet. It's going to go up. It's going to go up.
It's 13 right now.
It's 13 right now. And, I really wish we had Shannon on here tonight. And one of them was a corpsman. And we all know that they run right in there. And I've got my theories on how he passed. And that's what I was telling you, Bet. And anyways, it's just a complete and total shit show. And there's no other way to say it. And I've emailed and y'all know I'm an elected delegate. Yvette and I both are in the state of Texas, so we do put our money where our mouth is. We get out there and we try to make a difference. We try to make change, and I do anyways. Is I have aspirations to move on from there, and we'll see how that works out. But so anyways, What I was getting at, to make a very short story long, was I hear all this coach speak, and it's coming from both sides of the aisle. And I don't consider myself a Democrat or Republican. I identified as Republican so I could be a delegate. But I've been an independent for years. I'm
common sense. I'm
the best person for the job. Man, woman, black, white, I don't care. As long as you can do the job, I'm good to go. But right now, I've heard the word incompetence thrown around a lot, but that would indicate that you had competence in the first place.
Correct.
There's no competence. There's no repercussions for his actions. and I reached out to Ted Cruz. I reached out to Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I'm like, I'm tired of the coach speak. I'm sick of it.
They already brought up articles of impeachment. And people are pushing for him to resign. I don't see that fucking shit happening.
Well, I do see it happening.
Not resign. He's not going to fucking resign.
No, they can invoke the 25th exactly. So we get him out the way. So what's your choice? Then you've got Harris and Pelosi.
Yep, we got to have a plan. Okay. But you know what? We're filling up them seats, and that's what we need to do. Fill up them seats.
But okay, so we're gonna. I don't want to delve into this a long time, but then we're getting back to voter integrity, the integrity in the voting system, and it's gone.
Yeah.
So
nobody trusts it anymore.
I have no faith in 2022 until something happens. I salute Christina Bobb for what she's doing in Maricopa County. We had her on the show before, and it's coming out. The facts are coming out that there is fraud in the election system, and I truly believe before it's all said and done, it will come out that Trump won. That's not tinfoil hat. That's just fact. If you read the facts, they're there. And, everybody, I've heard it 1,000 times. Oh, that's bullshit. It's this, it's that. You're a tinfoil hat guy. No, it's facts. It is facts. I don't live my life in conspiracy theories. And that
you gotta look at your own information. Don't be don't be dependent on Fox News or CNN. Like we say every week, you got to find that truth, and you got to look at all different sides of it. Because there's always more. There's always three sides of the truth, and we all know
that's a fact.
That's a fact. That thing.
Well, hey, real quick
James Mayer is making some good comments.
Yes.
Kabul, worst choice for evacuation.
We got Bagram.
No, we didn't have it anymore.
I'm just saying we had it.
We
And
handed it over.
Did y'all hear what he said? He literally blamed this whole situation on Trump, and I'm not riding Trump's jock. Okay, here's the thing: is, sir, you took the oath of office in January. Whatever timeline Trump set up, it's on you, brother. It's on you. And if you would have done it properly instead of bass backwards, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in now.
Well, I think the one comment I heard today was that the evacuation situation was being handled by the State Department and not the White House.
Oh,
or the United States military.
Did you hear what the State Department did?
No. They're bragging about the number of freaking airlifts that they're having out of there. They're bragging about it like hundreds of thousands. Like, motherfucker, why?
But
are you having to do this?
Did you hear what the State Department did? They gave a list. Everything. They gave a list of Americans and interpreters and refugees. They gave it to the Taliban.
Just like he gave them the Russians a list of shit not to hack. He's an idiot.
Kidding me right now? You signed their death sentence. He signed their death sentence.
No.
You think that'll finally make people change their minds
out there?
You think that'll be enough to make people change their minds about him?
No.
A lot, yes.
I hope so. I really do.
I think the nation's mind has been turned already, but what can we do about it? There again, we impeach him. He gets impeached. We move Harris and Pelosi back in? They're all
contingency plans. We all know. You make a contingency plan. You got to have a fucking plan. What?
I'm sorry.
James here said he said she's not native born, so she can't legally be president.
Nah, I don't know about that. Fact check that shit.
Yeah, I don't know that's
Where was Obama born?
Yeah, well, okay, so if you want to get into the legalities of it, but yeah, Brian, that's what Brian says right there. Since when's legality been any concern for the current administration? That is a fact. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the school board thing because we're not going to talk about it. So,
well, I mean, it's indicative of the people that we're dealing with.
Yeah, it is. It is. And we can get to it later. We're on a roll. You know, I you know me. I'm into killing trees, and I'm into facts, and I dig and dig and dig, and I'm a news junkie. This, that, and the other thing. Now, we've heard the word. They keep skirting around it. Negotiations. They what's the little buzzword they're using? It's not negotiations. It's oh Lord.
You asking the guy who has memory to help you remember some shit?
Yeah, it's oh my god. Their discussions or talks. Yeah, the thing. Yeah, you know the thing. Okay, but they keep skirting around the word negotiation. Now, if this administration, if our current government is not negotiating with terrorists, I do not know who is. Now, that being said, did we know that is a violation of federal law?
I wasn't paying attention. I was looking to see if Kamala was able to be president or not. And she can't. Or, I mean, she can. Fact check. Sorry.
What's that, Jared?
Like they care. How many pallets of cash have been dropped off in the middle of the night for prisoner swaps?
Oh, we put that on we made a couple memes this week, and one was Bo Bergdahl. I called him the $400 million man. And then we had, you know, there's no getting around that. You know, they say whatever they want. They sent $400 million in cash, gold, and silver in the dead of night on planes over to Iraq. Iran.
Yeah, that's not sketchy at all.
Point. Here's the thing: when we're in the military and we go through, you know, the pre-deployment cycles, and you're filling out your will, you're doing your what was your blood chit, and most people don't even know what a blood chit is. So I want to hit on that. thing you fill out so
All
that
your
if you're ever
vaccinations.
rescued, you know, they can verify who you are. It's little secret information. But guess what? You don't sit there like when you're being trained about how you could get kidnapped or captured. You don't think, okay, man, I really hope the government comes and drops off a plane load of cash and gets me out of here.
Mhm.
You're thinking, you know, I want the hardest pipe hitting sons of bitches to hit that door and
Yeah.
kill everything in here. And if I get hurt,
Yes.
oh well. But my boys are coming to get me.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing, and, you know, I'm sure y'all are the same way. I've been a ball of anger and depression and sadness, and I literally threw a chair in this house yesterday, and that was probably not the thing to do because it was not a cheap chair. But anyway,
Don't do that shit
Yeah.
again, man.
yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know how to handle this. You know, our oldest one is there, and you know, y'all joke, call me the old man, but I mean, if you think about it, how long is this shit been going on? You know,
20
And-
years.
I'm not just Afghanistan, the whole Middle East. You know,
Oh,
it's
forever.
30
Since
years,
Jesus
30 years and a couple months. So it's unreal. It is unreal.
Stocks have gone through the roof.
The who?
But defense stocks have gone through the roof.
Oh, I'm sure they have. That's one thing the Democrats are notorious for, is they are the war machine. You know, the Republicans go in, they build up the armed forces, and the Marines always get our hand-me-downs. But, you know, they build up the armed forces, and then the Democrats come in, decimate the armed forces, but send us right off into battle. And, you know, how our commander-in-chief did not declare war yesterday is beyond me.
Why?
They're
Why
doing
is that
this shit,
beyond
but they're so
He's-
concerned with giving them a damn vaccination.
you? Okay,
Oh my-
Like,
Whew.
with China, all right. You saw just simple facts. China met with the Taliban weeks ago.
Russia did. Russia did too. Yeah.
Russia did too. Okay. When you are legitimized, now you in charge.
what allies do we have left?
Hell, if I know, if I
well,
was,
Israel's
I wouldn't
going to
trust
shit.
Yeah, Parliament just said, fuck y'all.
And, well, Israel's gone to shit with Netanyahu
Germany
now.
pulled out.
And we're crapping the bed right now with the whole Middle East situation. So Saudi Arabia is going to be like, you know, we're done.
Yeah, they're like, y'all are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
We look weak as hell.
Oh,
to
we are. We are
absolutely
weak.
everybody, and that's what's being portrayed. But you know what? Underneath that frail man, like underneath serving, they got shit. Something's gonna happen. It has to happen. And there's people that are waiting to take those positions and take care of business. And
Well, I mean, you saw the
that,
lieutenant colonel.
I hope that it's those 6 Navy SEALs that are running.
I mean, you saw the
president, but shit.
you saw the
Get those fuckers
lieutenant
in the chair.
Lieutenant Colonel Marine that was he put out an art or a video yesterday, and
Yes.
24
Yes.
hours he was relieved from command. But I mean, he knew
Yeah.
that was going to happen. He even issued a statement afterwards. He's like, I'd have done the same thing.
Mhm.
But he felt that he needed to get that information out on
Integrity
behalf
check.
of all veterans and active duty military, because you can't have served more than 10 minutes in a combat environment and think that went any way right at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was foreseeable and preventable.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I think the problem that everyone is having is just how it happened.
And
It didn't have to happen this way. There was plans, like there's, and they want to blame it on Trump. Like what's wrong with what he did? He
Here's
had
the thing, though. He wasn't in
conditions
charge.
that they had to meet.
The State Department is in charge of that NEO, the non-combatant evacuation operation.
Yeah, people that aren't experienced in shit.
Well,
I know they're
that's out the
asking
window
elbow.
now. That's because not only was there a suicide bomber, but there was a gunfight too.
Well, there was like three.
Yeah.
It was a complex
Yeah.
Yeah,
attack.
there's
It wasn't
small
just a
arms
simple suicide bomber.
So we can't say
complex attack, dude.
it's non-combatant anymore. It is, and
No,
the
but
re-
that's what the State Department was using our military members for, to do the evacuation. That's the only reason that makes sense to me is if the State Department was using our military personnel to guard that area, therefore they were trying to remain non-combatants. That's the only thing that makes sense. If can you ever see an active duty combatant commander in charge allow his people to get killed like that?
No.
and China's lost fucking military. Yes,
But
they
they
are.
also know.
They are, and yeah, Taiwan's a done deal. That's a done deal. That's gonna happen. And but you've got to think the way everything happened, and this, call it tinfoil, whatever you want. You've got to think that this is something that they wanted to happen.
Well, okay, so let's talk about this China thing right here. If China's flexing their muscles so big, now China's going to take over all the natural resources, use all the Afghani people to mine it, leave them to the wayside. It's going to become, worse than it already is. Now they're going to take over Taiwan. What would you think about if they say, "Oh, hey, United States, we're going to bring you in as our peacekeeping mission to keep the Taiwanese in check"?
What do I think about that?
I think that's feasible. I think that may be what China's trying to get Biden to do.
Biden don't know what Biden wants to do.
He's
Because
the one
China
that
probably-
they've all been waiting for. He's the one they've all been waiting for. He
was installed like a toilet. Let's just call it what it is.
Here's the thing, though. I've been inside those circles within our senior leadership, president, vice president. They're surrounded by people that are 10 times smarter than them. All the
That's
time.
what they're supposed to do. Yep.
So that
You
even
can't
makes less sense.
micromanage.
How in the hell is this happening? Like, there's always somebody been around being like, "Hey, that's some bullshit. We don't need to do it." And most of the time they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, come back in line."
Okay, we were talking about earlier about the word negotiation. All right, now just a brief rundown. The negotiations. We're not supposed to use that buzzword, but it's exactly what happened. The United States traditionally has a policy against negotiating with terrorists. However, what is it? What Shannon always says. However, comma. Let's look at how it's worked out in the past. The Iran-Contra affair. That was a shit show of great magnitude. In 2014, the government secured the release of hero Sergeant Bo Bergdahl for 5 Taliban leaders. And then, we talked about it a minute ago, all the money and cash, everything that went over to Iran in the dead of night. So no negotiation level because, overnight they just stopped their nuclear program. Bo Bergdahl turned out to be a freaking winner.
I wonder if maybe I wonder if the Taliban created like a 501c3 and then they're just donating to that. That way it's not donating to the terrorists, it's just donating to that 501c3.
But I don't know how much better you feel about the fact that they condemned the terrorist attack yesterday. I feel so much better that they did that.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's
Nothing that comes out of their mouth other than "I resign and I'm putting the country in the hands of somebody that actually gives a shit" is going to please me.
They are evil. They are pure evil. That's how they need to be treated, and they need to be decimated. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They need to be decimated. Fact.
The Lord will have them in check.
Because they are never going to be anything other than what they are.
I think it's funny that one of, or maybe a few, I know at least one of the prisoners aka terrorists, that were released from Guantanamo Bay is now Taliban leadership.
Oh yeah, do you know? Okay, here's a funny little fact for you.
It's fucking funny.
I think the third in command is what it is. Second or third in command. I want to say third. He was educated at Colorado State University and Louisiana Tech. Has degrees from both. Bam. There you go. Our government paid for it.
Of course.
Fact.
Of course we do.
Fact.
That's what
Of course
inclusion
they did.
gets you.
I'm sorry?
That's what including everybody gets you.
Yeah.
There
And-
has to be a line somewhere, and that's what America has forgotten. There has to be a line. You can't. Well, let's just take the Afghanistan war or Iraq and Afghanistan war. As wars died down, y'all have heard about reconciliation and the hearts and minds bullshit.
Hearts and minds.
So a guy, one of these foreigners will launch mortars at you, plant IEDs, and kill your folks, and then you go catch them, and then reconciliation team comes in and sits down with them and starts having little meetings, and within about an hour they say, if you won't attack us anymore, we'll let you go. Okay? Is that okay?
We're going to trust you.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of this coddling BS.
You can't. That's.
Oh my God.
You can't hearts
You
and
log
minds
them.
a
You log them.
tribal leader or a tribal culture. That's what people don't understand. Okay, you go to eastern Kentucky down south. You think you're going to get into that area very easily? Hell no. They don't care what you tell them or what you give them. They're not going to believe you. They're going to believe the people that have taken care of them in their area their entire lives.
It's
You're so right. Tribal culture. That's what it is.
hey, real quick, one
and
more
then-
time. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
No, I was just going to put out the number again. If
Because I
anybody
forgot
feels
now.
if anybody feels the need to call, it's 800-273-8255. Press 1. That is the Veteran Crisis Hotline, the Suicide Helpline. Again, it's 800-273-8255. Press 1. We're going to put it on the bottom of the screen as well before we go into our break.
Shout out to ISWI there, man. He posts some funny ass memes.
I think Rev Nation's been putting some pretty funny memes up there too. But
Yeah, there's some old dudes sitting around and make them all the time. They're pretty good.
oh
I'm
man.
impressed. I am.
Well, I want to play some of Shannon's music tonight. I wish Shannon were here. I missed the little bald-headed bastard, but
He needed a break.
yes, he
got
did.
to see
I
Yes,
think
he
his
did.
boyfriend
I
right
know
there
some
in the
songs that
corner.
we need to play tonight.
Yep, you pick them. I think I know what you're going to say. But before we get into that, we'll do our trivia and stuff like that. And, just not off topic,
Good one.
but listeners, please reach out to your friends. This is a trying time, not only for the folks overseas, but for us back home. It's been a hell of a week. Yvette and I are on pins and needles, and my emotions have just been a freaking wide array here this past week. It's just
That's perfectly fine, brother.
and
If they weren't, I think you were nuts.
well, I am nuts, but
Well,
It's just-
nuttier than another.
fruitcake.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, you know who to call.
But, oh yeah, but you know what? My point is, and I've had people checking on me. Y'all checked on me. Just like I said, talked to Shane right before we came on, and just reach out. Just reach out. Now is so important, and the veteran community. We notoriously turn on each other, but now is not that time. We need to stick together, band together, help each other out through this. And hopefully we'll come out the community and our boys that are serving now, because they're going to come home as veterans here pretty soon. And we need to pave the way for them. We really do. And
I would like to let me follow that up a little bit.
yes, sir.
Guy, I've gotten a couple questions and some long text messages with people trying to explain themselves and say, "Oh my God, I can't believe what you're thinking and how you're going and how you're feeling right now with all this." And I'm like, "Well, no kidding. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to tell me all the feelings that you think I'm feeling. Like, because I'm feeling it. Like, we're already getting, 30, 40 text messages to folks a day. And folks just don't understand. The worst thing you can do right now is try to get information from somebody that's been there, because they don't want to talk about it. Tell them you're there. That's fine, but don't try to assimilate to it. Don't try to compare it. Don't try to get too engaged in discussion, because that's just a disaster.
We're still trying to process this shit. Like,
okay, as veterans, we hate questions anyways. We hate questions. And, God love Yvette. She put up with my shit for a long time until she finally figured out. She told everybody, just don't ask me questions. Just don't. And life will be good. So it's just, historically, I don't know. It's ingrained in us, I guess, from the time we raise our hand. Just don't ask questions. You just don't. But anyways,
well, that's your new family too.
And
so.
You've got I survived the war in Iraq. Guys, I don't know who you are, but please reach out to us on the messenger. I would love to talk to you at some point. And thank you for sharing our page. I really, really appreciate you sharing the show. And I want to get back up here to Laura. I'm assuming, Amanda, that you know who she's talking about. But yes, thoughts and prayers are to you, young lady. That's just okay. And it's thoughts and prayers are for you as well. Guys, we are about 10 minutes before the top of the hour. Are you okay, sweetie? No. I went asking a question. Just did the thing I said.
You didn't miss much. Didn't miss much, Tanya.
Okay. So before we go to the break and we play our music in, we're gonna let Amanda and Jared do the DJing here. I've got a pretty sneaky feeling I know which ones they're gonna do. But before we get there, let's see here. I had to reboot. Okay. Do y'all want to do we'll do the dumbass.
Do the dumbass.
And it's funny to me. And I sat here last night and I wasn't pissed, but I'm looking at the TV and I look at Yvette and I'm like, is this for real? Is this honest to God for real? And it was on TV, and this is a real thing. And these are supposed to be scholarly people.
Lord.
I consider myself a decently educated person, but I would hope to God that my alma mater would not do something this damn dumb. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And
no, it's not. Let's do this. I need to hear it now.
Well, it's like I said, it's not funny. It's a fact, but I need somebody to explain this to me. The Harvard University is the dumbass of the week. Now, yesterday, they named their new chief chaplain. His name is Greg Epstein. Their chief chaplain is an atheist.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, I asked Yvette, okay, I can get into the whole story. He's got all these degrees and blah, 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 blah. But their chief chaplain is an atheist. I'm like, well, so what is he? I could do that.
Is
he like jack of all trades? Like
what?
Is he like?
There's no sermon to prepare because you don't believe in anything. Just get up there, give me that money. Give me that money. Their chief chaplain is an atheist.
Dude, can you imagine atheist chaplain in a war zone? You're like, what's up, y'all?
Yeah.
We're gonna pray.
Where do y'all go?
You want a gun? No. So you just here to watch?
No.
Pretty much. All right, you go first, asshole.
I'll tell you a story off air about a chaplain in Iraq, but yeah, it's I'm not going to get into it on air. But wow,
I'll tell you what, that's the one thing that did well. We had some great chaplains. We really.
Oh, he was good. Yeah, he was good.
I had a few. They're pretty cool.
I
look weird with that hat on. I'm not doing that.
I felt, chaplains like to come out with you when you go on a mission every now and then, but you kind of got to take care of them. We call strap hangers because they're not part of the mission, but you got to bring them.
Yeah. I think they're a
Every
necessity.
one that I had, I knew that if something went down, they had my back.
Yeah.
I mean, that made me feel good. But somebody that doesn't carry a gun every day going into a combat zone, it's kind of conflicting. You're like,
But their driver always has one. They're the chaplain's assistant.
absolutely.
I actually had a friend of mine that was a chaplain's assistant, and he was more foul-mouthed than I ever thought about being. But yeah, I found humor. I found a lot of humor in that. But okay, so now, please, somebody, I've been asking people. I asked Yvette last night. I'm asking people at work. How can you be a chaplain, not just a chaplain, but the chief chaplain of supposed to be a well-respected learning institution?
I mean, more.
An atheist. Well, they to me, they shit the bed a long time ago.
Equality. Equality.
But
it all has
okay.
to do. It has to do with everything about
So here's the
race.
cool thing. Every last God-fearing individual shouldn't go to that school. Every last one of them.
That's simple, but I please somebody explain the logic to me.
But that's what it takes. I guarantee you, there was a group of people that were probably pushing to get him hired.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I can give you their names. So
see, there you go. Like
it was.
I didn't even read this article, guys. Like I didn't even look at it.
It's okay. So there was 3 or 4 of them. He was raised Jewish. He's from Massachusetts. He had, let's see, where's the people's names here? Okay, he was the first choice of the committee that was made up of a Lutheran, a Christian Scientist, an evangelical Christian, and I don't even know what the hell that is. I'm assuming it's some sort of. I almost said something that was going to get us thrown off the air. I'm not going to.
So I can kind of see. I think I got what they're doing. Just thinking about it more. This dude probably went through 3 or 4 different religions.
So his special interests include ethics and technology, meaning and purpose behind religion, secular humanistic Judaism, racial justice and healing, and the philosophy and practice of interfaith work, according to his biography page on Harvard's website.
Okay, so interfaith work. I'm just going to throw that out the window. But you hit the nail on the head when you said, read it again, please. The racial justice.
Racial justice and healing.
Yes, we're all about the CRT here on Rev Nation. So, anyways, all right, Harvard University, you are the dumbass of the week. I wonder
how much money China gives Harvard. I want to look that up. How much money I'm going to Google. How much money does China give Harvard?
I was not here last week, and I don't know that I'm going to be here next week. It's the pipeline's picking up, so I'm not going to gripe. I'm happy to be working. Okay, so Brian, I believe is the one that messaged us. Brian, if you're the one, I'm regular guy, and the one you talk to on the message board there. I believe he won. Jared, did he win last week? And it was supposed to be an autographed book or something.
Yes.
Okay. So
what kind of book?
That's Jason, the sniper's book.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to give him a quick shout out before we go into the break here, I'll throw his book up if I can find it here.
Harvard lead. Okay, this is Bloomberg.com. Harvard leads U.S. colleges that received $1 billion from China.
Oh wow!
Well,
there you go.
Since 2012. And they previously had undisclosed millions of that. Millions. U.S. investigates. This is February 2020 from BBC. U.S. investigates Harvard and Yale over foreign funding. So this is a bigger picture that most people don't see.
Yes.
The Chinese ideology is to eliminate everything that we believe in as a country.
Look at how many acres they bought in Oklahoma, in Nebraska.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I met a college student that had no idea what a Confucius Institute was. I was like, that's a Chinese school in the universities. They're like, they have those?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they have those.
How old was this kid?
They were like, I think 19 or 20 in college.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that
Well, look,
explains it.
Jared, if you could take care of, I'm sorry, I don't have the comments up. The guy that won last week, it was supposed to be an autographed copy, bless you,
COVID.
of Terror to Triumph by Chris Whitmore. Is that how we say his name, Chris Whitmore?
Yep, that's it.
All right. He's supposed to get an autographed copy. I'm assuming you and Shannon are handling that.
Yeah, Shannon will handle that when he gets back from vacation.
Okay, and that's kind of what I had told him. I said, I'm out, and Shannon's doing what he's doing, and I'm very jealous of Shannon right now.
Well,
go ahead.
There is a publishing situation right now with the book. They just got to do a couple changes to, I think, the back cover. So it was going to be 3 to 4 weeks before it was published. So we don't have them yet to send out, but we eventually will.
But it is yours.
Yes. All right. So let's real quick before we go into the trivia. The shirts are in, Rev Nation. The shirts are in. We're gonna charge $25 a piece. They are badass shirts, and we came up with that figure because $20 of each shirt is going to Vow 22. I spoke to David and Stephanie this week. $20 of each shirt sale is going to Vow 22. Right now, we can do Cash App until the 4 of us get together and go to a bank and not to knock it over. So if you want the shirts, I'll tell you what, this week, if you reach out to us and you buy a shirt, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll throw in a couple koozies and some stickers with it too. How's that sound?
Damn right.
Nice.
All righty. All right. Now let's get into the trivia of the week. And please message TTR. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get that off of here right now. There we go. Message TTR and not our individual pages. If you know our individual pages, I try not to put that out. But if you would message TTR for the shirts, and we will get to it just as soon as we can. Like I said, we'll throw in some extra stuff, maybe even some TTR candles, some unicorn pits or euro cake. Let's get these shirts sold. Vow 22, especially now. Vow 22 is an awesome organization. And our brothers and sisters need us now more than ever. All righty, weekly trivia. I decided to go with the military theme this week instead of Texas trivia. So y'all pick the prize. I was out last week, and I may be gone next week. So you tell me what I'm taking to the post office.
Y'all can have one of my toothbrushes.
How about a pair of Jared's thong? One
a stretched out hair tie. You can have that.
I tell you what, we're going to give away a shirt. We're give away one of our badass shirts. And this is a pretty decent question. So we'll give away a shirt. Window sticker, computer sticker, and a koozie. All right. Mm-hmm. So whoever gets it, just remind me what I just said, because I am drinking a little bit of beer. All right. So the trivia question this week: who was the only president that served as an enlisted man in the military and did not go on to become an officer? And what was his rank? Who was the only president that served as an enlisted man in the military, did not go on to become an officer, and what was his rank? Y'all, we'll chit chat for a minute. I don't have the music queued up or anything. We'll give 15, 20 seconds.
I know who it is. I know the answer.
Do you know the rank?
Yes, I do.
All righty. Come on, Rev Nation. Don't let me down now.
All right. Let's go. 10, 9, 8.
Oh, my God.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I win. Can I tell them?
You're already getting this stuff. So
okay.
Go ahead, Miss Amanda.
James Buchanan. He was 81.
Oh, you Googled.
No, I actually read your email.
He was Lincoln's predecessor. James Buchanan became the 15th president, held the lowest rank among veteran U.S. presidents. He was a private E1 in the Army, and the only president who enlisted without becoming a commissioned officer. He saw combat in the war, much like myself, of 1812. All right.
What's
All
like
right.
those them muskets?
Got to keep that powder dry.
All right, are we gonna do one or two songs?
Let's do two. And
I
y'all,
want to do two.
y'all got the helm. You can do the jukebox, and I'm gonna go take care of a little business.
Amanda, you got the jukebox?
No, I don't know how to do the
I
jukebox.
don't know.
Come on, man.
What songs?
do it.
Well, then, what songs y'all want to hear?
I think Not Alone and Dear Mom.
Yes.
Because
All
both
right.
of those have some deep meaning for our veterans out there. And people need to hear it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Sh-
please
Hey.
stick around and listen to these songs. I think they're very important for people to
And
hear.
if you're not ready to hear it, like if you're having a hard time right now and you don't think it's the best, because it might pull on some heartstrings, that's okay too. Listen to it some other time. But feel free to listen to it.
Let's see
Yeah.
here. Shannon, if you're listening, but you can't get on, love you, brother. Guys, his music, go to Spotify. I'm looking for his, there we go. Is that it? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So, and Shannon, he always corrects me because I always screw this up, but a
You want me
portion
to take care of it for you?
of the proceeds, please do.
All right, so the proceeds from Not Alone go towards various veterans organizations. I think they're still going through Bobby Henline's group right now. But every time you stream or listen to it on any of the platforms, while you're streaming Not Alone, all that money goes to different veterans organizations to stop veteran suicide. So give it a listen.
Yeah, put it in your playlist. Put it in your
Absolutely.
playlist. You can find it on any of the music streaming platforms.
Shannon Book. And so we'll be playing Not Alone and Dear Mom. Good call, Tommy.
All right. Are we doing it in that order?
Yeah, go.
Sure.
All right. No
Yeah.
further ado. Here's Mr. Shannon Book, Not Alone.
He sits on his bed with his gun in his hand. He thinks his life is over, he can't understand. A bottle of whiskey and some pills in the drawer. He doesn't wanna hurt himself or hurt anymore. Why must it be this way? Just think it all over and listen to the words I say. You are not alone. There are so many people who fight with their demons each day. 'Cause you are not alone. So take my hand, brother, let's beat this together today. You're not alone. She picks up the clothes that fall loose on the floor. She finds a crumpled letter just behind the door. Begins to read it with tears in her eyes. A horrible feeling takes over inside. Says, honey, can I talk to you? There has to be something that we can do. You are not alone. There are so many people who fight with their demons each day. 'Cause you are not alone. he puts it away, 'cause now he understands. Dear Mom, I had a few minutes to write down what's itching inside my mind. It's been too long since we have talked about nothing at all. Wish I could call. I know you're lost. Please don't you worry. There's no need to hurry. Just stay strong. It won't be long before we're together, right here in heaven. I miss you, Mom. Dear Mom, please believe I've done everything I needed to. Dear Mom, I'll be there when you breathing while you're sleeping. Dear Mom, I know you are hurting, feeling the burden of me not there. You're way too strong to give up on living, instead of still giving the love in your heart. I know it's hard, but never forget the things that I did and the reasons why you are my mom. So please keep on living, caring and giving. I love you, Mom. Dear Mom, please believe I've done everything I needed to. Dear Mom, I'll be there when you breathe while you're sleeping. I can't believe I'm saying these words to you, but believe what I'm saying. You made me the man that I am. Dear Mom, please believe I've done everything I needed to. Dear Mom, I'll be here when you breathe while you're sleeping. I love you, Mom.
Welcome back to the second half of Rev Nation. Some of my favorite people in here on the planet. We got Pterodactyl and Minnie up in the house. Again,
Pterodactyl.
the Veteran Crisis Suicide Helpline is 800-273-8255. Press 1 if you need help. Don't be a number. We're not just saying that. We mean it. I know we've said it a bunch tonight, but we can't say it enough. Don't be a number. Reach out, reach out, reach out.
I
Guys,
got your 6 is not
Yeah.
just a saying, y'all.
Yes.
I got your 6 means something. So instead of just getting it
Well, to
tattooed
us,
on your
it does,
body and
doesn't it?
saying it, then just act on it, please, because this is
That's
super important right now.
probably one of the few tattoos I don't have on my body, but you know, I got most of them in prison, so there you go.
Oh yeah, for sure. Me too. This isn't a piercing. This is a teardrop, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. You're in the MS-14. It's a top secret one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, super secret squirrel. Secret squirrel shit. That's
Sandy
what I
Squirrel,
do.
SpongeBob, MS-14 are all right there together. I'm in a giving mood. I want to see our shirts out there in the world. I'll tell you what, we'll give a shirt out if you can guess the rank that I got out at, and what kind of discharge I got. What kind of discharge? And I'm not talking about. Yeah, and I'm not talking about what y'all are thinking about. Bunch of nasty asses.
It's not venereal, right?
No. But all right, so guys, we'll let that go throughout the show. I said it once, I'm not saying it again, but we do want to see our shirts out there. All right, so I'm looking at the New York Post. This is today.
Sounds like your first mistake.
Well, no. Okay, so here's and y'all know what I do. I go to liberal, I go to conservative, I go to middle line. I because I want to be fair, not to be Fox, fair and balanced, but I do want to be fair. Now this came from the New York Post. Biden admits administration may have given Taliban kill list of Afghans who aided the U.S.
Not a
we may
kill
have.
list, but
no, it's right there, black and white, right there, yeah,
and yellow,
yeah.
And, yep, there's that. And here's a list of all the people, the shit that you're not allowed to hack, too. Here's a list of Americans that have to get through your security to get on their freaking planes. At least they were turning people away before the attack, but
I'm the only person that could be capable of making that jacked of a decision has to be a politician.
Okay,
military. There. I don't even think a private, an E1, straight out of basic training, would make that fucked up of a decision.
Okay, well,
you never leave.
I'm going to tell you a story about a private here in a second, but this is the way they
privates.
No, not those. Okay. This is the way they spun it. A potentially deadly blunder by President Biden's administration effectively handed the Taliban a kill list to target Afghans who aided the U.S., according to a report Thursday. And he admitted it may have happened when asked later at a White House briefing.
He don't remember.
Nothing surprises me.
He had a list of questions, and people assigned him the people that he was going to talk to. He's just a puppet. There's everybody else behind it. He's not the one making decisions.
A member
behind the curtain, though.
An official of the U.S. Defense Department, in quotations, basically, they just put all those Afghans on a kill list, in quotations. It's appalling and shocking and makes you feel unclean. That's what they told Politico.
Yeah,
a member of the Defense Department.
Articulation of it. I think
his own administration said that.
Okay.
It goes back to how can you be an atheist chaplain? It's none of this makes any sense.
He said that
it's mind-boggling.
Fundamentally, what does fundamentally take responsibility for this mean? What do you mean by when he said that? I take responsibility of this fundamentally. What is that? Is he just throwing out big words or something?
Saying, I'm in charge, so I'll take the blame, but it's really not my fault.
Well,
it's with all due respect, it could go all different ways.
Well, when they asked him about his mental capacity, I think that was 2 days ago. All he did was laugh. He had a Kamala laugh. I'm like, that's not a funny question. It's not a funny question. It was Peter Ducey from
Peter
Fox.
Ducey's what was so funny?
Yeah, it's but And there again, I'm not a big Fox fan. There's some shows on there that I care for more than others, but the question was legitimate, and it just I read this whole article, and they're calling it a blunder, and here's another way they spun it: a major miscalculation.
So when did murder?
Thank you.
A blunder or a miscalculation?
Miscalculation?
That entire administration should have 13 counts of murder on their head right now.
I know.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
From last I checked, there's still 1,500 people that we need to get out of there.
But they're not stranded. They keep saying that they're not stranded.
Floyd Austin says we don't have the capabilities. Well, the British are going in there grabbing their people.
Don't come to the airport. We have no way to get you, and we're leaving in 5 or 6 days, but you're not stranded.
No, we're not going to take back Bagram or anything.
Oh, my God.
Who was the guy that there was a Democratic rep from Minnesota or Mississippi? One, two. He went over there. Pelosi was pissed.
There was
two of them.
Yeah, but the guy made a statement when he came back. It was regarding the August 31st date. He's like, there is no change.
So there's no way.
He said it was jacked, but he said it is impossible. He said, so the way he made that statement, it made me believe him.
Babe, if you're listening, we put the names in the comments because I know she knows them. She told me about it. And I was in shock. One of our politicians, or two of them actually had the stones to do this. Number one.
Yeah. Well, I think they were both vets too. So.
Yeah.
They were both what? I'm sorry.
I think they were both veterans too.
Oh, okay. Yes, they were. That is a fact. They were both vets. Yeah. You look at this, and it just there's no happy ending at all. There's just an ending, and
just an ending.
I cannot imagine. I heard somebody say this, and it really put things in perspective. To be on that last plane out as an American soldier, Marine, troop, whatever, member of the armed forces, to be on that plane looking out the window, knowing that there's people on the ground. I cannot even imagine.
We're taught, and it's beaten into our complete being, our souls, that you never, ever leave somebody behind, ever.
Well, it's how often
it's impossible.
All of
just
us,
it's impossible to move at the position of attention.
It's
that, right?
But the whole the survivor syndrome, guilt, survivor's guilt. These kids are going to have that for the rest of their lives. They're going to have that.
Here's the thing, though. They need to know that they were set up for failure from the beginning.
But Jared, how would you deal with it? I mean, seriously, let's look at it really as a member of the armed forces. When you're there, I don't care what capacity you serve in.
You put your arm around them and you be there for them.
And you're gonna have the survivors, the guilt complex. You're going to. There's just no way around it.
But how many people? How long? I know veterans that have gone years without ever being told it wasn't their fault in certain situations.
Oh yeah,
that's why I'm saying it needs to be handled up front. The second these guys come back saying, "Look, they need support from their families, their friends, everybody," knowing.
Well, now we as OG vets have learned from the mistakes of the generations before us. We know what they need because we know what we needed, and we know what they needed. And so, yes, we need to be proactive. We need to be proactive as hell because it's necessary. That's our responsibility. Just like it was the guy's responsibility before us. I mean, some of them didn't do a very good job, but fuck, we have capabilities now, and we have help now and resources now that we didn't have back then. And so you're right. We need to tackle this shit now and prepare for them to come home. I mean, that's the only option. We're needed here. That's what
Yeah.
I've been trying to tell my fellow veterans. You know, they're really fucking confused, and it is really confusing right now. But you know what? We need you here. We need you here.
That's hard
They're
to hear.
fighting a war
That's
over
hard.
there. We sent them out with the knowledge that we were able to give them, and we're needed here now. Because I'm telling you what, we need to defend our homeland. Period. Whether it's from the interior or exterior, that's what we need to do. So, with all of these highly trained, capable veterans out here now in the world, in the U.S., we're stronger than ever. So, I just had to accept the fact that you know they're capable and they're over there, and if shit hits the fan, they're going to take care of it.
No, I don't disagree with you there, and it's they are the people that are there now are some of the most highly trained in the service, in the Marines, in the Army right now, and that's a fact. And you know, I'm proud to say that I was able to serve with one of those units, and you know, back in the day when Christ was a corporal, that kind of thing. But you know, it's a very prestigious unit, and I enjoyed my time there somewhat. I'll always
there's always a good time.
Reading field manuals off a stone tablet.
Moses was my drill sergeant, so
skill level 1 book is written in stone.
We were protecting the Ark of the Covenant, but anyways, the more you dig into it, and I'm going to speak for my dad, God rest his soul. He did several tours in Vietnam, and I can't imagine coming back as a veteran from Vietnam. I just can't. But you look at it, and here's an article from the Washington Examiner. Afghanistan debacle is Biden's second Saigon moment. Did you know that? His second one.
Oh, I'm reading your email.
Yeah, he actually had the another. He was part of the whole Vietnam debacle as well.
So why would we expect anything different?
That's my point. And we put that out there earlier during the week, and it had a picture of Obama and Biden, you know, just laughing, having a good time. And then the other picture was the airplane taking off going to Iran. Why would anybody expect anything different? And if you voted for this shit show, shame on you. Shame on you. I do believe the election was stolen, but if you voted consciously for this person as a veteran,
they were just voting because they were voting for somebody that everybody told them to vote for, and not scared them into voting for a lot of them.
Okay, not just as a veteran.
Most of them are dumbasses.
Oil and gas. If you voted for Biden, this administration, the oil and gas industry, we have just taken a crap. And I am very fortunate that I have a job, because that's all I've done. That's all I know, you know, and it's crazy. The economy has gone to crap, and they're looking at stocks and this. I'm sorry, I don't do the stock market. There's a guy here he used to be on VRS. He gave me some good stock tips as far as digital cryptocurrency. That's what it is, and we're doing pretty well with that. But anyways, it's way off subject. I'm sorry.
I don't know anything about that.
The whole Biden was part of the voting process for Vietnam, and he was part of that whole debacle, and how people can't look at the Chinooks and the Blackhawks and oh my God, it's Vietnam all over again. It is. I'm pretty sure
it was Secretary of Defense Robert Gates came out and said everything he does basically turns to shit. I don't think he said it in those words, but he just makes all the wrong decisions, and he always has. He's also a plagiarist and a liar and a cheater and a thief in some sort of ways. And now he's just old as shit and has got to go. Like, isn't this elderly abuse what we're doing to this man right now?
Oh my God.
Am I
Pterodactyl.
wrong?
Look at pterodactyl.
What are he saying? Oh,
Ter-
yeah.
He used to be on my favorite list of people, but yeah. Laura, if you
So
vote for
let me
Biden,
ask, I've got a question for Laura.
I'd like to know why.
Now that you've seen what he is capable of or incapable of, and all the direction our country has gone, do you feel like your vote was in vain?
That's a solid question.
Laura's honest.
I know. I'm not judging her. I truly want to know how she feels because I know.
She'll let you know.
I know Laura. Like I get it. Like when I looked at Biden through another lens, I could see why people wanted him.
He was charismatic. Obama was one of the most charismatic presidents we've ever had. I'll say that. I didn't like him. I didn't sit there and burn cities down over it.
Charismatic doesn't save American lives.
No, it doesn't. And anyway, we can get into the politics of that all day long. We've talked about it ad nauseum. But I'm with you, Laura. I would. I voted for Biden because Trump and his administration attempted. I understand that. And okay, Laura, I'm sorry. Yeah. I didn't realize that was the same person. I do apologize, Laura. Yeah. I've slept since then.
So I'd like to put this out here to Laura as a whole. Or good.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask Laura a quick question. It's way off topic here. Laura, did you are you part of the Paralympics at all?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Now there was what was it? Was it an Air Force? I don't know how the rank works. High up, a lot of stripes, up down, Master Chief or something like that.
Okay.
Chief yeah, that's an Army thing. It's artillery. But okay, she just won the first gold medal for the United States in swimming. So I put it on her page earlier. Congratulations to her. I cannot remember her name. I'm sorry. Maybe Laura does, but I just wanted to put that out there. I thought that was really cool. She's in the service and she won a gold medal, I believe this morning. So, and Laura, you have your reasons, and we've discussed that before too. Army. I thought it was Air Force, Army First Sergeant. Okay. Anyways, congratulations to her. I'm sorry.
Well, my thing is, here's what I wanted to put out to Laura. This is the United States of America. The possibilities are endless. If you have an organization such as the Special Olympics, there's no government entity that's ever going to shut that down successfully. They may change funding to it or whatever, but guess what Americans are going to do? They're going to step up and volunteer and put in more money that the government takes away from you if and when that happens. Because that's what Americans do, the people that care about you. And that's where I'm going with this. Like, don't try not to take one issue and make your voting decision on that, because that can cost American lives. That's all I'm asking for anybody.
Yeah.
Is just think of another way to accomplish what you want to do. If a politician pisses you off and he, puts a regulation in, okay, well, I'm not going to necessarily vote for this other horrible politician over here. I'm going to try to get this law changed with going to city council meetings. I know an individual lady in the town up the road that got the pit bull ban lifted in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And that was, she just was like, I'm tired of this. I want to change it. So don't rely on the government. Understand that we can do things other ways.
If you look at when he ran against Clinton. Can we really say Clinton was the best choice?
Absolutely.
Because we're living Benghazi all over again right now.
But people just wanted to vote. People just wanted to vote for Clinton because it was a chick. They didn't give a fuck about anything else. They're like, we want a female president, and you got those weirdos crying in the street, like losing their shit completely.
Were they the ones wearing
like that gift or the meme?
Yeah. Golly. Vagina hats?
Yes, that's the one.
The vagina hat people.
And they were knitted. They probably made their grandma like knit them a vagina hat, and you know, but they're sitting out just.
I know if I went to my grandma and said, "Hey, grandma, I want you to knit me a vagina hat," first thing she would have done is whoop my ass.
Oh yeah, it made me go out to get my own Switch at 40 years old.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's but
you literally can't make this shit up. You can't. Like,
no,
I couldn't. Like, it's truth. It's stranger than fiction these days.
It's when we're talking to our oldest boy about when he's over there right now before he went into service, and I guess no one's going to guess what branch of service or whatever, so I'll just go ahead and throw it out there. I served in the Army. I probably served in the Army for a while. And
8,000 years.
478 now. But I seriously tried to talk him into going to the Navy, the Air Force, and just because I know what we did in the Army, and I know now being 8,000 years old, I know you can do a lot more.
So cocky, huh?
Well, no,
those hotels are nice. Trust me, dude.
It's attractive. But hey, you want to go and blow shit up? Hell yeah! But you put that on a resume on the pipeline. That's not too great. Yeah. Oh, you blew shit up. Yeah, I don't think we want you. But anyways, but it's honestly. But one of the major things that we Yvette and I talked to him about was the president of the United States. What are you going to do if? And at that time, I don't know that anybody truly saw Trump losing. I didn't. I couldn't even fathom that. The country was rolling. We haven't seen gas prices like that. My folks used to own a gas station way back when. I haven't seen gas prices like that in decades. Mm-hmm. Have y'all? I mean, it was under $2.
Life was good.
So check out what Pterodactyl's saying. I was actually invited to a barn church last weekend to kind of give a perspective on what veterans are going through right now. And we got on the topic of how women are treated in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And I gave 2 examples. I was sitting down with a sheikh one night, and a sheikh, for most folks that don't know, is
like an Oreo or
a tribal sheikh, like a tribal religious leader. So we're sitting there talking, and his wife comes in from the kitchen area, and he yells at her, kicks her out, and he goes on to tell me that women are good for 3 things.
Yeah.
In the ground, as fertilizer, popping out kids, or in the kitchen. That's the only 3 things women are good for over there.
I tried that. I tried that here. It didn't go over well.
No. So the second thing was this same guy offered my female partner, or offered me, I think it was a couple goats and something else for my female partner.
Yeah. Are you talking about me?
No.
Did we know each other and didn't realize it or something?
It happens. That's what I'm saying. Like, me and you never served in the same area, but you experienced the exact same thing.
Dude, okay, so Yvette was offered camels and goats for her daughter in Israel.
That's tribal. Yeah. That's the thing that Americans do not understand. Like, so that's the tribal culture. Now you add the Taliban and Sharia law into this thing.
Well, then you got Al Qaeda and ISIS.
Let's tell people.
People don't realize that they're separate.
Hey, if any listeners out there, I've got a single daughter. I'll trade her for a '69 Camaro. I'm just saying.
Ooh, hey.
And a goat. She cooks really good and clean.
There's a no return policy.
Hey man, Facebook messages.
I got a feeling a potato or something's fixing to fly around the corner.
I'm being asked to check Facebook messages. Okay.
But the next thing I was going to say is, these women that are over there now are going to be subjected to some of the most horrid and horrible things that you can imagine.
It started today.
They literally take bus loads of children and take them to camps and re-educate them, do them their way, create more Taliban. That's how it works.
Did y'all see it today? It's after they got through. They made their promises. Whatever. We're going to treat women better. Blah 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 blah. Well, today the ban came out. There's no more music in Afghanistan, and women, they got the coverings back on, and they cannot go anywhere without a chaperone, a male chaperone.
Well, imagine the 20 and 30-year-old women that don't know life with the Taliban.
Uh-oh. Hey, we got to trade for Abby here.
1941 Dodge
Man, I don't know, man. Unless it's like Joe Dirt, does it have a Hemi? But anyway, it's already started. It's already started.
Cutting off hands.
Well, a lot of people don't know that most of them are forcibly castrated, where their clitoris is cut off.
Yes, that is a fact. That is a fact. And my first time over there, it was shit. I want to say I was 18. I think 18 or 9. I don't know. I was young. I was a little bit younger than I am now. And you go out there in the public squares, and they literally had, for lack of better terms, the chopping block. They had it out there in the town square. And for people, and I know y'all know this, but if you haven't been there and you just at 18 years old to see that, it's like, wow. I'm from backwoods South Carolina, and nothing prepared me for that. I'm like,
okay, so now, take that mentality of a tribal culture. Now you take that person, bring them to the United States, and if they walk into a store and steal something and nothing happens, what's that going to tell them? Because that's all they know is cause and effect.
Yep.
If they get a slap on the wrist and say, okay, go home, they're going to steal again because they weren't punished like they're used to being punished.
Yep.
That's the type of culture difficulties we're going to see for the next 20 years.
Well, look, they had that lady on Fox. She was a host. She's some famous singer over there. I don't know her name. But apparently they had
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they had their own. That's exactly right. They had their own talent show like we have here. I don't watch that crap. America's Talent or something like that.
Yeah, that thing.
The Voice or something like. But they had something. She was a host on that show, and she was scared, literally scared for her life. And she's one of the ones that they got out, and they interviewed her on Fox and that thing. But you look at these. You're right, Jared. You hit the nail on the head there. Or Amanda, whoever said it, the 20-somethings going into the early 30s, their life is done. It is done. The females, they're done. Even the males too. Because they got a little bit of westernized.
No, I mean, we've trained female fighters too. And there is a resistance, and the tribal people are pulling together, and they're like, "Fuck this shit."
It's 2 provinces, I believe. Aren't there 2 that they're fighting back in right now?
I believe they're.
It's always been Kansas. Here's the thing: the entire country of Afghanistan has not been lost. All we're seeing in the media is the major areas.
The major areas.
Yeah, if you look at. Here's a good example. Go to Snapchat tonight and go to Afghanistan. Just scroll through the little bullshit that people are posting. Kabul, the major areas, yeah, they're trash. But the rest of Afghanistan is kind of business as usual. That's how it is.
Till it's not.
Till it's not.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't have said it any better.
Till it's not.
And
they don't, like a lot of them, they don't even know that either. They don't have the capabilities in 90% of the villages that I went to. Not even close to the capabilities that they would need. But now, since we just gave them all the weapons that they need, they were test driving Apaches the other day,
Well, the
hanging
question
out with
is,
their
they might
new
get them off the
equipment.
ground once, but they ain't
Shit.
gonna get them off the ground twice.
Well,
I
no,
was
they had
waiting,
footage
man.
of them today. They had footage of
I
them
was
today
watching
flying
that
it.
video. I was watching them flying that Apache around. Like, oh,
We
God.
did get a
But those are the
notification.
people they're not letting through. They want to keep their doctors and pilots and fucking lawyers and some of the interpreters, but they're expendable. But
Now,
they
it
want to
was-
keep all those people so that they can operate the fucking birds and
Okay,
be medical doctors and shit for them.
To put it
So
in
they're keeping them up.
to put it into perspective, it was either Minnie or George that put it up on VRS this week. Afghanistan now has more Black Hawk helicopters than 166 nations on the planet. The Taliban.
We needed to destroy every fucking thing. Isn't that what we're trying to do too?
Well,
I don't know.
you
Secure
broke-
your
you
sensitive
broke up,
items. It's disgusting.
just this whole. I'm not even going to call it a withdrawal. This whole retreat has been bass backwards. It has been bass backwards.
We never retreat. We just fall back.
So I just got notification that CENTCOM Command spokesman Captain Bill Urban, they did an unmanned airstrike in the Nangarhar province. Imagine that. Unmanned airstrike, and that we did kill the target of an ISIS-K planner.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know that we left a drone with those fucking idiots.
Yeah, I thought there was
Well, I mean,
many more than
obviously there's
one.
going to be more, but that's what
Yeah,
I know.
it says, check this out. The U.S. drone hit a vehicle carrying the ISIS-K leader who is believed to be carrying out future attacks. He was also traveling with an associate. Fox News understands the drone strike took place a few hours ago near the border with Pakistan.
Oh, well, imagine that. Pakistan, yeah, they're innocent as hell. Oh,
Well,
my
that's
God.
what I'm saying. Like, where they're talking about is the Khyber Pass. That's the same places that Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great. I lived in that pass for a year. I know the landscape. Boots on the ground. Like, I've talked to the people that live there. It's
Fucking wild, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, pterodactyl. Yep.
And that's the kind of feelings exactly the kind of fucking feelings that we're struggling with. Like,
actually, I don't think they're going to be dead. I think they're going to round them up.
there's
I think those are going to be the
hopefully-
first set of slaves.
hopefully there's a freaking awesome Afghan soldier out there that fucks shit up in a Spider-Man costume, because you're welcome for providing that.
Maybe
We
they
gave that man a
stockpiled all
Spider-Man costume when he was like 8 years old. He loved that damn thing.
Real quick, pterodactyl, and you may be able to help out with this. We talked about it earlier. I can't remember if it was on air or off air about what Tyler Merritt's doing with NoOneLeft.org. So if you have any of your terps or anything like that, reach out to NoOneLeft.org. They are they're doing their best to. I think they got out 20 something people today. I think 20 interpreters and
They're
their families.
taking care of shit that should be taken
Yeah.
care of from higher up.
and it's all
amen
off
to
private
them.
donations.
Fucking amazing. See?
So
We're needed here.
hey,
We're needed here.
well, we've got about 14 minutes left. I do want to touch on this real quick, if y'all don't mind. The on the home front here, as far as our kids, I don't. Let's throw this up here. I kind of know her a little bit. The whole point to accidentally leave our sensitive technology and equipment was for our enemies to have access to all of it. They have betrayed us on all levels. I believe that. I do. I believe that. I believe our government is
very true.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say the entire government, but I'm going to say from the top, the very top levels. That I believe that to be fact.
And here's the thing: a lot of people don't understand. You know, the freedoms that we have in the United States to be able to have the discussion that we're having right now is fundamentally protected by this Constitution that we have.
Yes.
If we were to say any of this in any of these foreign countries that we're talking about, we would be killed.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
That's
Americans need to wake up and understand that that is how those countries operate.
As far as understanding, Jared, and I agree with you on until you've been there, you really can't you can't fathom. On the home front, we need to understand what's going on. There's a lot of things going on here too. The infrastructure bill, the Voting Rights Act bill, Maricopa County, Georgia. There's a lot of things going on here. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on right now. And I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. If anybody on my Facebook page is listening to this, and if you come at me with one more inflatable plane, freaking tinfoil hat shit out of Afghanistan, I promise you, I'm gonna find you. Anyways, because they're like, it's a movie. I'm like, no, it's definitely not a movie. If it is, it's a bad one. Okay, but back here on the home front, the CRT, the socialism in school. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just real quick, the No One Left Behind org, is that the one that the special ops teams guys have been working on?
That is correct.
The Mighty Oaks. Okay, it's No One Left Behind Us.
Okay, now they're working with this NoOneLeft.org too, that Pterodactyl's talking about. NoOneLeft.org is Tyler Merritt, but they are all. I'm sorry.
Mighty Oaks Warrior Programs is working one too. There's so many of them that are working together. That's Chad Robichaud, I think. But they're all doing good stuff. Just reach out. I think they've got 5,200 people as of last night.
It's a large number.
Something like that, yeah.
But
I'm looking them up right now.
To get back to the home front, there's so many things going on. And I know here on a local level, there's a lot of parents that have pulled their children out of school because they're tired of the BS. They're tired of it. They're sick of the socialism being shoved down their throat. They're sick of the CRT. They're sick of it. And you know what? I've got a young man. Our youngest son is getting ready to go to school in Wyoming. I would discourage him, and I have 1,000 times over, from going in the military anymore. And it hurts me to say that. It pains me to say that. But the fact that our military is what it is right now with the CRT and the political correctness and the this and the that and blah, blah, blah. I went and saw a basic training graduation. I felt like Joe Biden, almost shit my pants. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. So, anyways, with the cards, and I didn't think that was a thing, but that was a thing. It really was a thing with the feeling cards or whatever. I'm like, wow.
Oh my God!
Kidding me right now. So, anyways, I'm very serious. I'm very serious. Now, back on the home front, we're talking about this, that, and the other thing. I'm doing this. I'm glad it worked out this way. Yes, man, Wyoming is beautiful. I worked out there for years. It is gorgeous. Jackson Hole, I've lost a lot of money in the casinos, and I promise you. But anyways, and I'm glad it worked out this way because I want the fact that this is the end of the show. If they kick us off for putting this picture up, then we got our message out tonight. And I believe I was hoping it was Michigan, Amanda. I really was, but it wasn't. It was Washington State. This guy, Jeff Graham, wrote the article. It's in the Kitsap Sun. That's the name of the town in the school district. Now I'm looking for the board members.
An official in the school district, right?
Correct. And I'm looking for his name, Rob McDermott. He came out the other day and offered an apology for an offensive Facebook post during a public meeting Wednesday at the Central Catship School District, whatever the hell that is. I'm not keeping up the comments right now. If y'all could help me out with that. Okay, so here's the thing: is this ass clown can come up there and he can put stuff like this on here, but they censor us because we dare say the word COVID, and we dare.
This is going to be a big one. Okay, I'm a little nervous for this one. Let's do it. Okay.
Well, we dare say the word COVID, and you know what? We dare We dare have an opinion that our body, our choice applies to more than murdering babies. So there you go. I went ahead and said that, and I'm going to throw this up here. Rob McDermott, stay classy, brother, because this is what he put out on Facebook. Isn't it strange that you can breathe in this, but not this? He put that out there. He put out the fact that you're a racist if you don't wear a mask to school. This is what our children are learning. These are why parents like myself, Yvette's done homeschooled every one of her kids, and why I eventually decided to do it myself because I was dead set against it. I went to a school. You have to get involved in your kids' education because if you're not, they're going to be brainwashed. This is not some BS I'm coming up with. Be involved. Go to the school board meetings. Look
if
at their
you're not
curriculum.
involved, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do.
If
you're not involved, you're not paying attention, they're going to do whatever the hell they want to do.
They're
because they
going to grow
know
up
that
to
they
be little socialists.
Yes, we don't need that. That's for damn sure.
That's what our kids are being taught. A friend of the show, Dan Ball, OAN, he went to his school district and literally got escorted out by security officers and cops because he spoke his mind. He dared say that these kids don't need to wear masks. There again, I've said it 1,000 times. I'm medically enabled to get the jab. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I'm not going to get it because I'm scared to death that I'll die. I've had it almost happen with a vaccine before, and that was in the military. And it was with the damn flu shot. I've said it 100 times on the show. Yeah, whatever. I'm not doing it again. They came down. I was paralyzed. I did a spinal tap, which is you have not lived until you've had a spinal tap done. And I had some first lieutenant doing it, and he's like, "Can you feel it?" And if they're asking that, they obviously don't know if you can feel it or not. And I'm like, "Yes, I can feel this." But anyways,
I can feel it in my back right now. It's so gross.
Okay, but what I'm saying is guys, and we'll go ahead and get to the final thoughts because we're 5 minutes before the show's going to end. I'll go ahead and do mine, then I'll turn it over to y'all. Be involved in your kids' lives. If you're not, they're going to turn out to be the person that you don't want them to be. You have to be involved in their school, their education, their life. Be there for them. I'm not sitting here and bullshit. I'm not the best dad in the world, but I'll sit down and have a beer with my kids, and we talk.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that. I'd like to think that they enjoy it. It's just treat them like people and be involved in their life, because if you're not, especially in their education, if you're not involved in their education, don't be surprised when they come home with lipstick and high heels on and tell you that they're one of the 64 genders that doesn't exist. Okay, I'm just saying.
Not in this house.
I'm just okay. You say that. I'm just you know the point I'm trying to make though. So my final thoughts is be involved in your kid's life. And I can't say this enough. God has been taken out of our country. Prayer has been taken out of our school. And until we get back to the very morals that this country was founded on, we are doomed to fail. Constitutionally, morally, ethically, we are doomed to fail. That's my final thought, y'all. Amanda?
Oh, me? Okay, I was going to pull up
You are
Pterodactyl's comment right there. Hillsdale College has the 1776 homeschooling curriculum available for free on their website.
That is a fact.
Really?
That
I
is
think
a
I
fact.
might want to check that out, actually.
It's
I don't homeschool, but we have optional masking out here, and I'm cool with that. Whatever. As soon as they start trying to push them vaccines on my kids or me, I'm a little worried because what about the VA? Like they're requiring all the doctors and stuff. Are they gonna not give me my medical procedures now because I'm not gonna get the damn thing? Is that what's next?
That's what they're talking about. Now, Pterodactyl, not to interrupt you, Amanda, but Pterodactyl, I believe that they had like K through 6th grade. Do they have K through 12 now? If you could answer that for me, because I saw that. I'm pretty. They were working towards that goal, and they had like half of it done, and I don't know if they have it all done yet. So I'm sorry, Amanda. Go ahead.
My final thoughts. Well, I guess I started out how I'm going to end, and just let you all know that you have every right to be pissed off right now, and it's going to be really freaking hard to navigate exactly what it is that you're feeling right now, because it's a culmination of so many different things. It is personal, but like we've said, this is a family, and our responsibility as family is to be there for each other. And when I say be there for each other, I mean just call and bullshit. Just shoot a text message with a stupid ass meme. You know, you don't have to go into details if that's not what you want to do. Sometimes all I need is a text message saying, "Hey, check out this stupid ass meme," and it's gold, and I feel better about life afterwards. But like, I honestly, I sincerely appreciate all of the people that are reaching out to me just to make sure that I'm doing okay. And I feel like I needed it at that point in time. And struggling, trying to get through the day, and super overwhelmed. And overwhelmed is a good word for it. Kind of trying to process it. None of us were ever trained to know how to deal with this. None of us is ever trained to know how to deal with this, but we're going to go off of what we know and what we've learned, and we're going to take care of the guys that are coming home.
Jared, what you got, brother?
Man, I don't know. This the last few months, I've experienced things that I really never thought I'd experience. Different emotions, seeing things happen around the world. Just concern, but I got to put my faith in some higher power that there's a point to all this. I can say one thing to everybody is, there's a lot of vets out there that are kind of sequestering themselves, staying quiet. That's cool for short term, but don't do it too long. It'll mess you up even worse. Just like what you were saying, Amanda, today, I couldn't find the words to, talk to Shannon about something. I just want to check in on him. I sent him a nipple shot. I was like, I'm sending you a titty shot.
I don't feel so bad about sending him a dick pic, then.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. When another grown combat vet gets a titty shot from a combat vet, it's like, what the fuck? You can't not laugh or be disgusted.
Yeah.
Or
no explanation
that
needed.
Thought process of being pissed off at the news. Like, even if it's just for 5 seconds, you're not thinking about the assholes in administration that are screwing our country up. So try to focus on some funny shit. Check in on folks. Don't ask too many questions. But just know there's going to be some difficult times ahead. Lean on each other. Be there for each other. We need to get back to where we were after 9/11, and we need to not leave that area where we come together as a country again. We've been too polarized by all the constant bullshit of race and equality and whatever. Just love your fellow man, take care of good people. If you're not a good person, well, that's on you. But
don't bring that shit on my front porch. Get off my lawn, motherfuckers.
What if I have a milkshake?
Okay, fine.
So you basically bring a milkshake to her yard. Okay, I get it.
Better be quick. I'll meet you in the middle.
Hey, before I forget about it,
milkshake brings all the beards to the yard.
Fowl Cutters Guide Service. We are doing we're going to do the hunt with Lynn Vaughn with Fowl Cutters Guide Service. 713-614-4472 for all your hunting needs. We are going to do a hunt with Fowl Cutters. They are going to, we're still working out the numbers. I'm thinking we finally agreed on 5. We're going to take 5 disabled veterans out on a hunt, and it's going to be a hog and or bird hunt. And I've seen some of his duck hunts. Wow. So I'm going to throw this up there real quick. Again, it's Len Vaughn at Foul Cutters, 713-614-4472. And then also we're going to peddle our wares real quick. Our shirts are available. You can contact us for they're $25 a piece, and $20 per shirt will go to Val 22. And I can't think of a better organization to go to right now than Val 22. Guys, Rev Nation, thank you for listening. We know Friday nights are hard because everybody's getting the muzzles off and they get a little bit of freedom. But I do want to say this. Thank you for sharing the show throughout the week because the numbers are outstanding. Guys, I don't know if you've looked at the overview here lately. We're at 112,000 now. So it's just thank you. The word's getting out. Rev Nation, we are obviously here to stay. And guys, please share the show. Buy our wares. It goes to a good cause. We've also got some other stuff here. As soon as I get my head on my ass, we'll put it up on the website or on the Facebook page. The candles and the shirts and the koozies and the stickers and blah 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 blah. But all the money's going to go to Val 22, which is a good cause, and we sincerely appreciate all of your support throughout the week. Please share the shit out of the show because we can't do it without you. I think tonight what we need to do, let's see here. I'm looking for the banner. Real quick, I'm sorry. I'm going to hush after this. Jason Mariner he's running for Congress in Florida. We're going to have him back on the show when he gets his communications worked out. Vote for Jason Mariner if you are in the 20th Congressional District in Florida. 20th, 21st. I think they combined.
Man, now you got me second guessing.
No. I think they combined. I think you're right, but I think it was the 21st. Now it's the 20th, and they're combined. Okay. But yes, please check out his website. Donate if you can. He's a solid dude. We've had him on the show. We're going to have him back on again. And then I guess one more thing is Chris Russell. Chris, if you're listening tonight, I know you are, brother, from the Daily Brief. Thank you for coming on the show. We're going to have him back on again, and we're going to visit his show here pretty soon. Oh, his ratings are probably going to go down. But Chris Russell, please visit him on the Daily Brief. Solid guy, puts out the truth, a Christian conservative, and he's just a solid guy. Anyways, I've said that about 4 times about him, but he is really solid. Anyways,
oh my God.
from us here at Rev Nation, to all of you, we love you. Reach out. Don't be a number. I think right now, tonight, the song we should play.
Breathe.
You think?
I need to breathe.
I'm thinking that. I'm thinking we're going to do 2 because I'm really digging some Creed Fisher right now too, because we cannot celebrate the United States enough. Let's go ahead. We're going to play a little Shannon Book and Creed Fisher. Guys, Rev Nation, Amanda, J Red.
Y'all be safe. Stay
We'll be back next week. Same Rev time, same Rev channel. We'll see y'all then.
I need to breathe just for one day, and I need to breathe, and I've got to get away. These days you can't get a man to work. People getting married and they still flirt. Don't pledge allegiance to our flag like we used to do. Good men are willing to give their lives while politicians take away our rights, saying they know best what's good for you. These days dads are always gone. Mama's still here, but she's on her phone. Grandma's raising the kids, and the devil is too. If you ask me, this whole world is gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue in my ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life for this place called USA. There's no other place that I'd rather live. Love my wife and teach my kids about the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm sick and tired of people putting it down. If you don't like it here, get the heck out of town. Go and find somewhere you love. It's fine with me. 'Cause we don't need people riding the fence. You're either riding with us or you're riding with them. Make up your mind which side you stand. If you ask me, this whole world is gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue in my ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life for this place called USA. Cause of the brave. Wrong or right, they gave their lives for this place called USA. If you ask me, this whole world is gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue in my ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life for this place called USA. Wrong or right, I give my life for this place called USA.
Nation. Time for the Battle 22 walk.